Hey, what's up, guys? Owen Finch here. Originally, it was going to be a main event review because I haven't watched it in a while, but I was watching it and it was a piece of crap. So, I'm going to be giving you a video on how to make Owen Finch on WWE 2K14, how to make my guy the way I made him. Now I'm going to tell you that you don't have to make him exactly the way I made him, but I figured I'd show you how I made him in case anyone wants to make him exactly how I did and how I think he should be made. But really, you can make him however you want. Um, so I'll just get right started. There's not going to be any music for this video because I got a copyright strike in Wrestling 1444 for, um, making for doing it with music. So I turn the music off. Um, and let's get right into it. And I noticed too when I watch how-to videos. I watched mine from last year and I kind of went a little fast. So um, and I'm gonna try to go a little slower this year. But just follow along, and if you need me to repeat anything, just comment down and ask me, and I'll answer any questions you have. So let's get right into it. Let me just put the camera in position. Well, the webcam, anyways. Make sure it's in good position. I just gotta put it over like this, and there you go. So let's get right into how to make them. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, you can see the walk right there. I'm gonna edit. Yeah, and now you can see the Miz. He just turned heel last night. And you can see I've only made 3 superstars. Adam made his guy, and I made my 2 guys, Owen Finch and Owen the Birdman Finch. There's going to be a video of him in the future about how I made him and everything, but he's not quite done yet. He's just kind of thrown together, but I'm going to make the adjustments on him. So let's edit. And there's other attires I'll put, and if I ever add other attires, I definitely will make a video and show you what I did to him. So this is what he looks like. This isn't how he started out, though. So I'm going to tell you what each section is. So we're going to start with faces. Now his face is going to be 1. So I want to let you, just to clarify that, his face is 1. Alright, so his face is going to be 1, not any other number, just 1. Pretty simple. So then skin, you're not going to do anything with the texture and the color of his skin. He's just fine the way he is. And you're not going to do anything with the marks and scars, but for the age, you're going to put him as 17 years old, because that's actually how old I am. Every year, this is probably going to be the one that changes, because every year I get older, I usually make it a different number. Last year, I made it 16, in WWE 13, since I was 16 years old. WWE 12, 15, SBR 2011, if they even had this part of it. 14, 13, so on. But yeah, so I am 17 years old in this one. That's the age. That's my age. Oh. And then we're gonna go to hair. We're gonna choose superstar hair, and you're gonna choose number 27. So superstar hair, number 27, and you're gonna leave it as it is. I don't know if the shade was 70 originally, but the shade is supposed to be 70. So superstar hair, number 27, and the shade is 70. So just so you can remember that. But I think this is how it was. Maybe I did change it up a little bit. And then you're gonna go with face, eyes, eye type. It's still gonna be 1. The reason why I had to change it, hold on, is because I went under I made his eyes brown, and the shade of his eyes is gonna be 130. So eye type 1, shade of his eye, and the color of his eyes is brown, and the shade, I'm actually gonna change it to 70. So his eyes are brown and the shade is 70s. So it's just like his hair, except the eyes you're gonna choose the first one. Eyelashes and eyebrows you're not even gonna touch, so just leave that alone. Teeth you're not gonna touch either. I don't even know why I touch it, but you don't do anything with teeth. And then I'm gonna go through the shape. So this is his head. The shape of his head. Now the height of his head. So yeah, I'm gonna go through each number. The height and the depth of his head are gonna be 1, and the width is gonna be 5. So The height and depth are 1, and the width is 5. Height 1, width 5, depth 1. Both height and depth 1, and width 5. Cranium, the size is going to be 8, and the height's going to be 3, and both the width and the depth are going to be 1 for this one. So the size of his cranium is going to be 8, the height of his cranium is going to be 3, and the width and depth of his cranium is going to be 1. So I want to make sure you guys get a good understanding of that. Forehead. So yeah, the size, the height, and the width of his forehead are all going to be 3, and the depth of his forehead is going to be 9. So size, height, width are all 3s, and the depth of his forehead's 9. So just remember that. Eyebrows. So the y-axis of his eyebrows is going to be 3. The depth of his eyebrows is going to be 1, and the thickness and the angle of his eyebrows are both going to be 6. So the y-axis of his eyebrows are 3, the depth is 1, the thickness and the angle are both 6. So just remember that, and you're going to be good to go. Make sure you can even see that. The nose. Alright, so for his nose, the size is going to be 1, and the depth as well. So the size and the depth are 1, the height is 5, the width is 4, and both the y-axis and the angle of his eyes are going to be 8. So I'll repeat it. The size and the depth of his eyes are going to be 1. The height is 5. The width is 4. And the y-axis and the angle of his eyes are going to be 8. Oh, and the x-axis is 7. So, yeah. I'll say it one more time. Size and depth are 1. Height is 5. Width is 4. Y-axis and angle are 8. And the x-axis is 7. So just remember that, and you should be good to go. The nose. Let's see. The size of his nose is 8. The height and nostril H is 1. The width is 9. The length is 2. The nostril W is 6. And actually, the depth of his nose is 1 as well, and the angle is 7. So I'm going to repeat them. The size of his nose is 8. The width is 9. The length is 2. Nostril W 6. Oh no, yeah, I got that right. And the angle 7. And the height, nostril H, and depth are 1. So I'm gonna repeat it because I ain't even messing up myself. The size is 8. The width is 9. The length is 2. Nostril W 6. And the angle is 7. And for the height, depth, and nostril H are going to be 1. So try to remember that. Maybe I'll go back at the end and repeat it. Cheeks. The size of his cheeks are going to be 8. The depth is 7. And both of the Y and the X-axis is going to be 9. So I'll repeat that again. The size of the cheeks are going to be 8. The depth is 7. And both of the Y and the X-axis are going to be 9. Mouth. Alright, so the height of his mouth is 9, the depth is 1, upper lip is 7, lower lip is 6, and the angle is 4. And the thickness and width are both going to be 5. So I'll say it again. Thickness and width are both 5, height is 9, depth is 1, upper lip is 7, lower lip is 6, and angle is 4. So remember that and you're good to go. Jaw. The height and the depth of his jaw are both 4. The width is 5. Outline is 9. Upper line is 2. And thickness is 1. So let's say it again. The height and the depth is 4. The width is 5. Outline is 9. Upper line is 2. And the thickness is 1. So that takes care of that problem. So there you go. And the ears. The size of his ears are 3. The angle 1 is actually 1. So angle 2 is 7. Shape is 8. So let's say it again. Size is 3. Angle 1 is 7. No, angle 1 is actually 1. And angle 2 is 7. Shape is 8. So since I messed up, I'll say it one more time. Size is 3. Angle 1 is 1, angle 2 is 7, and his shape is 8. And that's for his ears. So that's the shape of his face. So that's that. You're going to go on the facial hair. You're going to go on the mustache. And it's going to be 15. And you're going to make the shade of his mustache 65. Let's make it to 70, actually. So now the shape... So let's repeat it again. For his mustache, you're going to make it 15. And the shade of his mustache... Yeah, so for facial, you're going to go on the mustache. 15. The shade of his the shade of his mustache is 70. And it's going to stay the color that it is. So remember that, and you should be good to go. His height's going to be 5'11". I don't know. It's supposed to be 11, but so Owen Finch's height is 5'11". And the size, you're going to go under 5. Because I'm a very skinny guy. I'm not going to lie. So, size is 5, and his height is 5'11". So, remember that. Shape. Next, the shape of his neck. The height is -20. Both the height and the depth are -20, and the width is -30. So, height and depth is -20, and width is -30. So that's his neck. Chest. The height of his chest is 2. The width is -25. The depth is -30, and the angle is 3. So, the height is 2. The width is -25. The depth is -30, and the angle is 3. So, there you go. Traps. The length is -30, and both the width and the depth are 1. So say it again. The length is -30, and both the width and the depth are 1. And his shoulders. The height of his shoulders is -20. The width is -15, and the depth is -30. So this should already be set there for you, but just in case, I'll just say it again. The height is -20. The width is -25, and the depth is -30. So, there you go right there. And then his abdomen. The height is 2. The width is -25, and the depth is -10. So, I'll say it again. The height of his abdomen is 2. The width is -25, and the depth is -10. So, that's the shape of his abdomen. And then we're going to go on the waist. And both the width and the depth are -10. So both the width and the depth of his waist is -10. So try to remember that. Arms. And then I go on the arms again. And the length of his arms is 1. So remember that the length of his arms is 1 when you go on the arms. But the length is 1. So the biceps. Both the width and the depth of his biceps is -40. So when you go on the biceps, both the width and the depth is -40. So just try to remember that. Forearms. Same thing here. The forearms, both the width and the depth are -40. So you try to remember that as well. That both the width and the depth of his biceps are -40. Alright, so then you're going to go on the hands. And all of it is just -5. The length, the width, and the depth are all -5. So remember that the length, the width, and the depth, it's all going to be the same, -5. And then his legs, you're going to go on the legs again, and the length of his legs is 8, so just try to remember that the length of his legs is 8. Thighs, and both the width and the depth of his thighs is -20, so try to remember that both the width and the depth of his thighs is -20. Then we're going to go on the calves. And same thing here, both the width and the depth of his calves is -20. And so remember that, both the width and the depth of his calves are -20. And feet, the length of his feet is 8, the width is 4, and the depth is 7. So try to remember that for his feet, that the length is 8, the width is 4, and the depth is 7. So try to remember that. And I don't think I did anything for body hair, scars, or body art. So you should be all good there. And when you go his clothing, you're not going to do anything with the templates or the headwear. That is not even needed. For the upper body, you're gonna go under outfits, and you're gonna go under number 10. You're gonna go under the gold dust attire. Yes, I do have the gold dust attire. I actually thought that was pretty good attire, and I actually dabbled with it and came out to some pretty good color results because I didn't want to be exactly like gold dust. So yeah, but the first color is red. I'll even show you that. I'll even prove it. So the first color is, ooh, it actually looks pretty good, white and blue too. Yeah, does it look? Actually, if I ever turn heel, maybe I could be like a black and blue. Yeah, but it's red and blue. And let's see what orange and blue looks like. That looks actually decent, actually. Yellow and blue, that looks cool. Pink and blue, that ain't gonna happen. But actually, that doesn't look that bad either. Green and blue, blue. It just looked like you can actually see my ribs through that. Purple and blue, that ain't bad either. Brown and blue looks like that. So yeah, yeah, but the first color is gonna be red. So just try to remember that. If you can't, then oh well. But yeah, first color. And then the second color is obviously blue, since I just showed it. I can even prove that again. Ooh, red and blue. Red and blue. I can be red, white, and blue. So yeah, that actually looks too. You can see my ribs through that too. You can barely, you can kind of see it. I don't know. It ain't too bad either. Pink, that looks. You can't even see that. Green actually looks pretty cool, and this is blue right here. Purple you can't even see, and yeah, brown you can't even see. So, but yeah, second color is blue, and the shade. Yeah, both when you do the shade, it's just gonna stay the way it is for both colors. So try to remember that. And then you're gonna go under armwear. You're gonna go under hands, and you're gonna go under both hands. You're gonna go under gloves. And it's gonna be the first one, and you're gonna make the color of his gloves blue. You can probably, any other color probably would work. White doesn't look too bad. Black doesn't look too bad. Red, you can't, it just wouldn't even bother. Orange, eh. Yellow, eh. Pink, not bad, I guess. Green, not bad, but blue, that's where to go. Purple, not bad at all. Brown, looks like that. Hand, actually, it looks like my actual hand. So, yeah, but that's that. So, the color of the gloves. Well, when you're gonna go under hands and you go under gloves, you're gonna go under the first one. And you're gonna make the color of the gloves blue. So don't forget that. So now when you go under the bottoms, you're going to go under footwear. You're going to go under socks because they don't wear socks. They're gross. So you don't want to not wear socks because then your feet will stick. You're going to go under the first pair and it's going to be green. I can't really give you like a visual presentation because I have my shoes on. So, but it's going to be green though. Just take my word for it. Shade is 255. So just take my word for that one. And then you're going to go under, I think it was boots and shoes, and you're going to go under the number 48 with Sin Cara boots, and as you can see, you don't do anything with them, but they're Sin Cara boots, so don't do any, when you go under it, just don't do anything with it. And then you're going to go under, and then I'm going to just edit my because I did change some things. For crowd signs, you don't necessarily have to use crowd signs at all. I do it for fun. So sign number 1 is going to be don't blink or you'll miss it. And that's under number 20. So yeah, don't blink or you'll miss it. Sign number 2 is I'm on VHS and that's number 33. That's where it is. Sign number 3 is I love WWE and that's under 30. And sign number 4 is I can't see and that's under number 31. So sign number 1 is under number 20 and it's don't blink or you'll miss it. Sign number 2 is I'm on VHS and that's under number 33. Sign number 3 is I love WWE and that's under number 30. And sign number 4 is under I can't see and that's under number 31. So that's that. Menu screen pose is gonna be 11. I have like a boxer stance pose. I thought that kind of would fit me well. So there you go. Number 11. Abilities, The first one, you could probably put these in any order, but this is the, if you want to put them in a good order, this is what you put it in. The first one's gonna be comeback, and when I do my move sets, I'll go over what exactly my comeback is. The second one's outside dive. The third one's springboard dives. The fourth one's leverage pin, and the fifth one's resiliency. Now, if you don't know what any of these are, I'll just tell you. Comeback is when if you're losing a match and you're down on the ground, you can hit Y and do it like a superstars comeback. Like Kofi Kingston has his own comeback. Daniel Bryan, Alberto Del Rio. Only certain superstars have it, so you can have it as well. Outside dive is when you just do an outside dive. You just go off the top rope and dive on your opponent. The difference between an outside one is a springboard one. I think you're running at the ropes when you do a springboard dive, and the outside dive you just dive. So leverage pin is when you like roll them up into a pinfall. And a resiliency is if you're like gonna lose the match, you can hit OB, and there's like this little thing. Because when you kick out of stuff, there's like this little ball that you have to use, and you can and if you're weak, it gets smaller, so you can make the ball bigger. You can kick out of stuff easier, and it can also work for like last man standing matches, or sometimes you do use it, if you get like OMG'd, through like the barricade or the announce table. You know you're not gonna get up in time to make the win count back in the ring. You can use that for that as well. So. I thought that would be interesting to use it for, and I have already used it. Attributes. My overall, so this pretty much is going to state what my overall is. My strike power is 80. My grapple power is 70. My submission's 90. Strike defense and grapple defense are also 90. The speed's 85. The jump is 80. The agility's 85, the adrenaline's 90, and the recovery's 90 as well. The toughness is 100, the durability is 90, and the charisma and the tag team's 100. So I'll say it again. Strike power is 80, grapple power is 70. Let's see, and the jump, okay, I'm gonna do it again. So the strike power, the jump, the strike power and the jump are both 80. The submission, the strike defense, the grapple defense, and the adrenaline and the recovery and the durability are all 90. The grapple power is 70. The speed, the speed, something, and the agility is 85. So I'll just say it again. Strike power 80, grapple power 70, submission 90, strike defense 90, grapple defense 90, speed 85, jump 80, agility 85, adrenaline 90, recovery 90, toughness 100, durability 90, charisma and tag team are both 100, so you should be good with that. And the overall should all come out to 96. But I could be wrong for you guys. So you're not going to do anything with the hit point ratio because I don't really know what that does. If any of you know what that does, tell me and maybe I'll change it. So my name's obviously going to be Owen Finch, and that's Owen space Finch. And that's also my entrance name. And they make you make a social account, which is if you have a Twitter, and it's going to be @Finchy. That's not actually my Twitter name. I think I usually leave my Twitter name in the description box, so you should know. That's also my abbreviated name is Owen space Finch. So my comment, so I don't even need to say
Owen Finch.
That's my ring announcer name. My commentary name's the Professor. My hometown is at Massachusetts. I don't know if it's him or Owen the Birdman Finch that's supposed to have Boston, Massachusetts. I think it's him that has Massachusetts. Owen the Birdman Finch has Boston, Massachusetts. Maybe it might change that around. My crowd reaction is I get cheered. And you can choose whatever you want with this. For the Exhibition I put brand, I put free agent, and the universe brand I put on Raw. I always put myself on Raw because that's the A show, and SmackDown's the B show. I always like to start on Raw, but for the free agent, then I'm doing like feuds on like this. When I create a story, I'm gonna come out like I created a huge story, where everyone's gonna be a part of it. Um, and yeah, but that you could make his exhibition brand Raw, SmackDown. I could care less for the same thing for Universe because I ain't gonna be playing as me. But that's how you make Owen Finch. Um, he probably. I actually like making Owen Finch. I made him since WWE 12. I think it was 12. I think it was 12, but no, yeah, it was definitely 12. And I really enjoy making him. He's not, but the next guy I made since I pretty much got the game. I think I made it in 2000, since my first wrestling game.
That looks what's up on TV.
No,
You know? You said no.
I don't know. Maybe it did. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I made him since I got SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I actually made Owen Finch not that long ago in 2007. So I really enjoy making these guys. They're a lot of fun to make. The only thing I think I hate about making them is when they change like maybe how you make them. But that wasn't. This was actually I think a year that it was a problem, and I am going to tell you about that when I make Owen the Birdman Finch. And since I'm actually done making them, I can actually show you my face now. So that's how you make Owen Finch. Um, like I said, if you want me to repeat anything about how you make them, I definitely comment and ask me because like I said, I'm here when you have any questions. So, but I think I did make him last year in a suit, and I think the game fooled by the way. So I might have to watch this video again to see. I think the shade was 70 and stuff, but yeah. This one ended up not being a bad way. Um, I might make an update video if they ever update anything or I update something. And then maybe every time I make a guy in a wrestling game in this wrestling game, I'll make a video about it because now I can actually make game videos playing a video game without the music. So that actually is a big plus. I can shut the music off now and make it for you. Um, if I have time tonight, I'll show you how to make his entrance. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.